Yo, what's up folks, G here with Jeskai Tempo for Pioneer, which I'll be playing in the Pioneer Showcase on MTG Arena. I say Pioneer, and it is Pioneer. Explorer is gone, Explorer is dead, long live Pioneer on Arena. Not all the cards are here, and hopefully we'll get the rest of them sometime soon. But in the meantime, making do what we've got, and what I'm playing today is a Jeskai Cori-Steel Cutter Tempo deck, and it's a little bit different than you might have seen. I posted with an Is It version in blue-red. I've seen people play it in mono-red, red-black, with like claim fame and stuff. But here we're trying to take advantage of Narset and rally the Monasery. So if you're not familiar, Narset is blue, red, white for a 3/4. Beginning of your end step, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you cast this turn. Potentially, if you're like later in the game, when if you flood out or whatever, or end up with a bunch of lands in play, you can like cast a couple spells into this. But it's like a 3/4, fairly durable mod, like tricky to fatal push. That then like, hey, you're gonna dump your hand and hopefully refresh. Rally the Monastery is a pretty versatile spell, and on the face of it, costs 4 mana, which is infinite, but costs 2 less to cast if you cast on the spell this turn, and you choose one. The first mode makes 2 monks with prowess, decent. The second mode gives 2 creatures +2/+2, kills your opponent. And the third mode, destroys that creature powerful or greater, is super handy if you get rid of like Shield Dread, all kinds of big creatures, Attraxive, some of the kind of like more like Transmogrify type decks in the format. Super versatile. It's a little awkward because you need like 3 mana and to have the spell to trigger it, but is super awesome. And then we're also playing a couple of copies of Lightning Helix, makes it a bit more solid versus some of the red decks, and also gain us a little bit of life back because our mana base will hurt us a bit. Around that, we've got the 4/4/4 on Sleight of Hand, Opt, and Consider. 4 Burst Lightnings with a Into the Floodmoor as a bit of a catch-all to complement those Lightning Helixes. Oh well. Lightning Helixes complement the Burst Lightnings, and then 4 Stormchaser's Talent with 4 Monstrous Spear and 2 Soulscar Mage as our kind of like other threats, alongside of course Cori-Steel Cutter. This card's incredible if you don't play with it. When you cast a second spell, make a monk with prowess, equipped to it, is super good. One thing to comment on the balance of Stormchaser's Talent versus Soulscar Mage here, because like we're playing a few more lands than the Is It version or the mono red versions are, we are going up further up the curve, getting to use the 4 mana mode of this more often, and so like you could, if you want to lower the curve and play like less copies of things, so play 4 Soulscar Mages and 2 Stormchaser's Talents is my recommendation. The other thing is that I'm playing a third Narset here, and you might only want to play 2 of these depending on your personal preference, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to play a third one. Hopefully we get to draw it and play with it a little bit. This is best of 3. Just say the Pioneer Showcase is like this kind of, it's about to end, which hopefully we don't run out of time. Or well, if we do well, we probably will run out of time, but we'll see how it goes. It is a first to 2 eliminations event, and then as you win, you get gems and Pioneer packs, which are like any Pioneer legal set basically. So hey. Mana base is a little scrappy. 2 Hallow Fountains, 4 Steam Vents, 2 Sacred Foundries. We are base red-blue, so 4/4/4 on Chivalry, Spirewolf Canal, and Steam Vents, and then some Secret Ghosts kind of lighting things up. White is the least common dominator in terms of colors, so hey. But we'll see how this goes. This balance has not been perfected, shall we say. And then sideboard, because this is best of 3. 2 Rending Volleys, 3 copies of Torch the Tower, alongside 2 Pyroclasms. Rending Volleys are a really good card, like Greasefang, some other more like annoying decks of the format, like Angels, some of the green white stuff that's been showing up recently. Did put together a video on like the tokens deck with Creative. Not so good there, but hey. Versatile, like excellent removal for where it's good. Spirits, that kind of thing. Torches and Pyroclasms versus aggro. We've got 2 Ghost Vacuums as our graveyard hitter's choice. 3 copies of Spell Pierce versus some of the more rampy and controlly stuff. 2 Wear Tears, and then a Negate that also comes in these matchups. So fairly solid, Like I said, is best of 3. So and first to 2 losses, so it won't be at least we'll get at least 2 games. We'll see how it goes. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate it. Do like and share the video around to anyone you think might enjoy it. All that stuff helps me out a ton. You can also, if you want to support me, become a member of the channel. I've lowered the cost. It's like £1, and it gets you some emotes and early access, which can be like 1 day, and there's occasionally like 3 or 4 days, but you get early access. So hey, that's cool. All right, let's get into the matches. Alright, first matchup here. See what we get into. 1B client fixes itself. Alright. That's taking much longer than I hoped. Alright, we will choose to play first. This is an interesting one. It's a little bit slow. We've got the Yorion deck on the other side. I kind of want to mulligan this, but we have like the Narset is kind of like a mulligan already, so I think I will ship this back, try to find something a little bit more aggressive, immediately get punished, but not having lands, and we will keep the 5. I'll put back I'll put the 2 lands back. Keeping the Lightning Helix is a little bit sus actually. Given the Yorion, but we don't know what variation they're on. Yeah, okay, let's be safe. It could be some creature Yorion deck where the Helix is more relevant. It's not likely to be, but hey. Yeah, we see the archive here. Okay. Skull sounds not bad. I want to make sure I've got a land or something like that, so we'll go ahead and do this rather than kind of like hang on and wait. We see a consider. I'll probably just draw this. We'll play this out and swing in for 2. Okay. So among blue-white Logorian lists, there's some debate in terms of like, alright, are they playing Lockdown versus something like, excuse me, Lockdown versus, like portable holds and things on the sideboard. I'm like, do I want to run this for Spear Out? They're on 17. We're on the mulligan already. It's gonna be really hard for us to beat temporary lockdown on 2 Swift Spears. We might as well kind of send it, as it were. Okay, this is too awkward for us to cast. Okay, the Cor-Steel is like kind of nice, but we're not going to do it with other stuff anytime soon. They have some interaction. Whether this is like March or something else, we will see. Yeah, I feel pretty good about making sure to deploy the other Swift Spear instead of trying to like awkwardly play around Lockdown or something. Lockdown in general is very good versus this deck. That's kind of how it is. I don't really want to run the Cor-Steel Cutter straight into a counter spell. Is 4/7. Yeah. Just like lean into the Helix. If they want to counter something, I'd rather it be the Helix than Cor-Steel Cutter. At this point in time. Because once the Steel Cutter is in play, like we can start generating, we can like start flipping cantrips around and stuff. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Control decks of the modern era. Here's a Bezer. Did you have fun? I'm gonna play this out. I'm gonna cast Narset and not discard here. So Narset tricks at the end of turn. We'll decline this, but hopefully we'll draw a 1-drop spell. Get to like Cori-Steel Cutter into that. Being able to like have Bezer plan into like Supreme Verdict, but you still get to like kind of like you're probably not drawing cards if you game life back stuff is like super maybe oppressive is not the right word, but okay. So you still lose the Steel Cutter. Oh, they have a veto for that too. But we're gonna go up on cards quite a bit. We don't want to attack. We don't want to suicide the Narset. We'll just draw some. Oh, okay. We kind of mulliganed ourselves a little. Stock up. The blue-white control decks in Pioneer are so good right now. There's like every format, but yeah. There's some awkward matchups in Standard. Yeah, we just don't get to draw any cards upon Narset this turn. That's cool. I'm gonna decline this. Alright. There we go. So at least we'll have some stuff to do next turn. But we'll do. Go ahead. Okay, okay. Some good sideboard cards. Europe as a. Guess I'll keep this. They've seen the Monasery thing. They have 4 cards. Oh, plus an Omen. It's a nice one for the Orient as well. We're in a tough spot. Tough spot. Oh. And they have a lot down. Kind of just rude, honestly. Let's talk about it. This is like being a Wandering Emperor as well. Pain. And then the Swiss Spirit tokens get picked up by the Orient. I think I'm just gonna say go here, just do this on their turn. You just don't have any chance to win the game unless we make the tokens, so I think we just have to lean into that, but hey. Once we have crash features on play, like there's a not an unreasonable chance of us getting somewhere. The problem is it plays entirely into the Eorian lockdown plan. You have the veto anyway. They run this out, we go to 6. Yeah, they almost certainly play the Eorian, so we hold the Swift Spear. The other veto both times for the Cor-Steel, which is rough. Oh well, for the second spell. There was the Wandering Emperor I was talking about them being last turn. Alright. We can go next. Let's go to game 2.
My judgment is final.
Okay, importantly here, Spell Pierce doesn't count on a gate, and Rending Volley doesn't kill Bezu. We have the Wear Tears. We still want these. And then like chopping and changing things. The Helixes are really bad here because they're 2 mana. In addition to the things they do. And then I'm gonna cut our Burst Lightnings. Everything else I'm pretty happy with. On the draw, we consider cutting a land as well, but not the play. No, it's not unreasonable. I think there's version that's playing 20, but we're obviously trying to get like the normal like Is It Prowess decks can get away with something like 18, because the curve really does stop at 2. But with Narset and the white spell, I have to commit to playing more. All right, so we're game down. And we'll play. Pretty powerful hand. I think the most important thing for us immediately is not to get the Cori-Steel Cutter locked down. Now, there may be some ways around this. Like we can extend these things into it, because everything gets caught by the lockdown. It's a case of what we leave back afterwards. So I think our plan really would be to try and maximize damage. This does leave us open to a line that presents lethal this coming turn, depending on what we draw. That's not cutting it. We definitely don't want to just run this out. Like, you can maybe make them think about some counter spells and stuff. Well, they don't. They run the lockdown out. If you have a lockdown, I think you kind of just need to play into the spell. Okay. 6. Wait, yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you draw a 1-mana instant sorcery, they're dead here. Or that. 9. We're done. I am done. What kind of math did I do? Oh, because I counted the pressure on this. I like pot committed. Yeah, we have to. Now we play the Cor-Steel counter out. We have to take the line, but yeah, I counted the press trigger here. I'm gonna play this untapped, but they're not. They can't. They're on 1 life. They can't afford to play around spell pairs anyway. Let's just kind of like make them think that we might have it. Okay, double cantrip would do it. Let's see 2 cards. Okay. We'll make some monks. Okay. Let's not do that again. Yeah, I miscounted. I counted the prowess trigger on the monk come into play for no good reason. I don't remember having a burn spell. I'm trying to think if they're doing anything else in that's going to be like useful to have any of these against. The only like lands. There is something to be said for like Soulscar Mage versus like Bezer with one of these. I'm basically trying to justify myself like I can kind of land here, but I'm not going to do that. All right, game 3. These are a little awkward, but I'll keep this. At least it's only 1 Secret Coast. Are they marching here? Oh, they have knockout blows. Ew. Yuck. Alright. Yeah, it's bad. But letting it go a turn is certainly not better. This is some interesting stuff in the matchup, but we are... Oh, so dead. I wasn't ready for knockout blow. I'll be so honest. Yeah, we can get a blue source if we need it. Sorry, a white source. We draw into monks. Just that result. This result. They might end a turn with the Emperor. I don't let this happen. They try to only counter things that matter. That like really matter. This obviously gives them a lot of freedom looking for cards. We can't counter verdicts, but six mana, by the way. We kind of left in an awkward position. Yeah. Trying to gate this. Do they leave vetoes in? Alright. Yeah, we have to get rid of the Wandering Emperor. It's like at this point I'm like, I wish I had a treasure cruise in here. We don't have one of those. Narset's kind of interesting. But we don't want to just like discard these cards necessarily. We have to like fight effect, they have 7 mana. They untap, just sweep these, right? For sure. Sure, it's a fairy.
We need to move quickly.
That's all they have here. So if they go... Okay. I'm just gonna go through the motions. I have to give them a fish to bounce to fairy, which isn't great either. This makes me feel a bit better about it, to be honest. Oh, if they have the lockdown when this happens, it's a bit... I really want to pick this up. Interesting. Assuming they have some kind of wrath.
Keep up the pace.
Yeah, it needs to actually become the level for the ability on the stack. Alright. There's a lockdown. Maybe we can make some stuff happen. They've got so many cards, by the way. This is me trying to force a little bit with the Narset. I also don't want to give them a free flashback on the... I can't pay for this. So... Real. Very, very real, no more lies. Really, really real. Really real. Really, really, really real. Oh, this is interesting. Rally's good. That's kind of what we're trying to do,
You know what?
but a little bit too late, maybe. The best time for us to rally is on the end of their turn if we're making muck. It clears Yorion, it clears Beza, it does some other stuff. But, yeah. 7? Don't have a way around that, that's for sure. And we did end up with vetoes then. They have another veto. Yes. This is on 7. It's so close to automatic. I'm not forced to do this now, but if you want to resolve it, now's the best time. Some Chaser's Talent's like a good draw here in theory, but like the
Keep up the pace.
we need this Teferi's not ultimate. And it has unfortunately been able to free Scott. We got stock. We're at the point where spell piss isn't doing very much. It might catch like a flashback memory deluge, that'd be sick. Growth times. I think for like straight blue red, that's the faster versions of the deck. We're also like 3 giga flooded on the mulligan. Alright. First loss. Alright, let's go again. That was the first loss. We do have one more loss to give. Pretty rough one. That last mulligan hurt us quite a lot. And we got a little flooded. But yeah. Tricky decisions. One thing I'm thinking about already is like we should probably have like some number of get lost on our sideboard. But we have the wear tears, it's just like a little bit more flexible. So it's like telling in a match like matchup like blue where like they can't really use the tokens at all. Okay, this is interesting. We have no other creatures and Narset. We have early interaction versus aggro though. And like we're in a not terrible spot. I don't want to mulligan this. I'm gonna keep it with threat light, like super threat light, and a little slow. But let's see how things go. Cat stuff. All right, I'll leave with a Chivalry because you might want to zap something. But if we draw like a if we draw like a canal, it'll be an awkward place. Yeah, this is fine. So they're on John Sacrifice, seemingly with cat combo stuff. It's a big assumption, but they've not led with talent or anything like that, despite having the option to. I'm gonna go ahead and fire off a sleight of hand here, just in case you can find something else. Okay, nice. Storm Chaser's talent, we just play out now. Okay. Realistically, we want to dodge Mayhem Devil. That's our main job here. But we'll see how that goes. John lands. Okay, it's a Fable. We have the Burst Lightning. We don't necessarily want to just run out the Narset, especially if we have the lands to be interactive. Sleight of hand here, just to see what we rock into. You want to minimize any value that they would gain, like treasures and things like that, in play, because this deck punishes you horribly. Or hang loose, we don't want to let this survive. Doesn't kill Mayhem Devil. It does let us go wide pretty nicely. Gives us the most options, right? It feels weird putting Cutter back, but we're looking at maybe playing Narset next time. We could also use this now. Alright, I'm gonna take the rally. I wanna make this attack, see if they block or not. The expectation is that they don't, so I will burst lightning this, as we want to do that still. But yeah. This gives us some options. And whether we want to like commit to rolling out this rally or not, which depends on what opponent pulls out of the bag. You ready? So we don't see any cats. We don't see any small cats or big cats. There's a small cat. And the treasures, it's a free discard. Okay, there's talent. In theory, Rally does kill Yigra, but like not in a miraculously meaningful way. And one thing about this Jeskai build is that we're not playing any copies of Monstrous Rage, which you would get if you were playing a blue-red. Alright. Now. I'm just going to fire off some of these to try and build themselves for something. If they're looking for additional cat, what if they're looking for... I mean, long term, they're going to look to get Yigra in the graveyard. Then they can just third step this. But they could be doing this bit at any point in time. So, they have double cat, they have food. No Yigra. They have an answer for Yigra. I think we actually want to keep hold of this. Be a little wary of our life total, but I think we still will be able to do this. So what I'm going to do is play the talent out, and then leave Opt plus Rally up, with the idea that we can go grab, we can run out Narset next turn. At the minute we're doing 5 on cards, we just are struggling to clock our opponent. This is a very pointless attack. So if our opponent doesn't do anything that mandates something, we will go Opt into Rally. But with Yigra coming pretty soon, we might just not have time for anything. Alright, there's a Fable. Okay. Yeah, there's like a very good chance we just get Comrade here. The treasure, oh, that's a Yigra. So you can spend the treasure to level up. Yeah, I think they have too much food to run out. Oh, this is tough. Okay. Yeah, so Yiga comes back, says that everything, give a creature the food. Do we have any else for the enchantment main deck? Oh, we don't not have an let's cast this. So be a pretty sick into the Floodmore. Okay. So they're gonna sacrifice these. There's some more triggers here. They bring back the Yigra. They've got 2 cats in the they've got both cats in the yard. They've got 2 food left. They sack one of these, bring one of these back, and I can just flip flop these around and play. I'm trying to think if there's any point where we can. Like here they have 1 food. They just sacrifice the food to activate the same ability again. Get to the elite. Um. Yeah, there's unfortunately not a timing window because it's just wants everything. So we'll try it here, and if they go off in response, they should do. Yeah, so you can just flip them around. Oh, there is one scenario. If they misclicked and brought the same cat back twice, no, they can't. No, they just do it now anyway. But yeah, you can sacrifice this one, revert this one, and revert. Just do this ad infinitum. We are very dead. Okay. So versus sacrifice. We absolutely want the Werters, the torches, the ghost vacuums. With that being said, because we still need to be proactive, I don't really want the spell pierces. I'm going to trim one of the Narsets. The rallies are also not very really up to much. Past that, it's worth that Narset. Storm Chaser's talent. The Flummo in general is quite bad. It would have been cool in that one scenario because we could have bounced the Scavenger's talent before they got to sack stuff and bring the Aggro back. But yeah, alas. Normal burst lightning's not the greatest, but like we want to be able to kill Bloodtide Harvester in front. I'm gonna trim down on these. We've got the 2 Skullscar, the 2 Sometimes Talent, and the 4 Swift Spear. Can these rather Swift Spears because we might actually need the Swift Spears to help kill like Mayhem Devil and stuff. I'm just gonna trim a sleight of hand. Or should the rallies all come out? These are actually really bad on the matchup. Let's put these back in. These also got this as reuse wear tear, which is kind of sick if the games go long. I think trimming one last set is nice. We're playing the third one to try and see it more game one. It was awkward in that situation where we just couldn't use it in time. But hey. We kind of just got comboed. Alright, we'll take the play. And get rewarded with a one-lander. The one-lander has early interaction, threats, and no way to find a second land. I'm going to mulligan. If we had like some cantrips, this is just way worse. We have these, but it's otherwise just way worse. But going to 5, we have to, I think, keep this. Just going to bomb the opt here. I'll leave with Swift Spear, and then we'll sleight of hand, look at 2 cards. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, this version of the deck I think loses out a lot by not having Monster Rage in this matchup. It is still a little bit awkward, even for like the blue-red or mono-red versions of the deck. But hey. Alright, we have a Torch Tower, but they have their Oven. I'll sleight of hand. I'm doing this so I can see 2 cards, rather than have to make a weird decision with a Consider. Like, this is not great. I'll take the Wear Tear. We have a cantrip, but yeah, we're being stonewalled. The torch is like theoretically good in a situation where they don't have Witch's Oven, but also if we can kill the Witch's Oven, which we potentially can do with a Wear. See a Cauldron Familiar. Come on, second land. Okay. Gonna do this. Realistically, they should sack it to get a token. Yeah. I'll attack to make them use the token now. I don't want them to like untap, go Mayhem Devil and start using it. That'd be rough. But yeah. Also just isn't a free block. But hey. Okay. I'd like to burst lightning this. I kind of need to. I'll lead with opt. Oh, right, they're priority because the Cauldron Familiar still. Of course, did he? I was confused for a second. Yeah, there's no reason to actually leave, but like taking damage off the Shivan Reef. Like we will take it. We will inevitably end up taking damage off of it. We'll draw this. There's one way or another these spells are going to cast. We are at 12. Okay. Okay. Hmm. What we got? What we got? So they started Confluence Bloodtide Harvester. If this is like building towards a Castia Grangle, that's rough. 4 mana untapped. It was just a removal spell for this. I'm gonna cast Consider. Try to find out better cards. We would like to get rid of the Fable if we can. Okay, bonuses. Okay. Yeah. We'll try this version. I feel like we have a responsibility to do care to leave some stuff around. Like, have removal open. We don't want to kill the back half of the Fable no matter what, and it depends what else they have got going on. Okay, they're going to deadly dispute that rather than attack for the Cauldron Familiar. They probably do need the treasure. A lot. Decay's fine. As long as they have Yigra, specifically. The 5 mana, in theory, going to 6 if they have a land. I think if I want to run this back, if we go to here, okay, bonus Fable. Mana untapped. Let's send one of these now. Bring get rid of the important one. You have to assume they have some kind of removal spell in order to not die. They have a pile of mana, so okay. That counts if they don't have a hill push. I'll go for it. Okay, 1-1. Game 3. Overtime situation here. Pierce for Fable is actually kinda nice. Yeah, like catches Fable, the talent, Oven, but like not really because they're on the play. I don't like it too much. Catching Fable's such a big deal though. I don't want to over-index on them. The kind of thing we get caught out on. Just the Miser spell piss, maybe. There you go. Used to say. Okay, we have a Cor-Steel hand, early interaction, a lot of cantrips. I'll keep this. Not just because I'm burnt out of getting. Oh, he drew one drop. That's good. We like that for sure. Not just because I'm getting burnt out of mulliganing. Well, not burnt out, but bitter from mulliganing a lot. Oh, I do have a splinter. Oh no. Alright, well hopefully that'll be fine. Outside of that, things looking okay here. We've got Fable, we don't have a direct answer. Alright, we hit a land, so we can at least go Steel Cutter or Opter. We have a pretty aggressive draw. I'm gonna leave this on top, actually. Because depending on what they do, we have like a very, very strong attack next turn. So Spear into 2 cantrips will probably present lethal damage. Especially if they don't trade away here. But depends how many each. Okay, so they discarded a cat. They can't, if they attack, no, they still can't level up twice. Oh, I think they just hardcast Yigoro. Is that the game plan? Or they're gonna play a flurry of removal spells. Sacrificing the treasures also something to be relatively aware of. 3. Oh, you're gonna abrupt decay the cutter. I went to click draw, not to emote. Alright, nice, we take that one. Alright, round number 3. It is first to 7 wins. So I'm not sure we'll get that far. There's only actually a few hours left on the event. We get to choose to play 2 lands. We've got the Cori-Steel here. We will go ahead and keep this. Gonna go Spire Bluff, go. Depending on what we see from our opponent here, we might run the Cori-Steel Cutter out on turn 2. Oh, is that Overgrown Team Thoughtseize? Which is oven. Okay. Alright. Well, the Cor-Steel Cutter does give trample. That at least you can count on. But does mean things like abrupt decay on our life. Things like that again. Missing a white source for Narset. That's something we can maybe manage later on. But we'll at least start being able to like kind of like getting some damage through next. Yeah, okay. It'll be Junt. So this is kind of a good deal. Maybe should have not played the line yet. I think at this point I just take the creature. We kind of have the ability to go super wide with Cori-Steel, kind of get around the just clog up the board element of the black green deck. Oh, well, of the It's Jund Sacrifice. It's black, green, splash, red for some cards. Oh, I guess it's actually black, red, splash, green for Yigru, but yeah. Okay. If we draw a white source, we can use one of these and go into the Narset. Probably on tap land as well. Okay, talent, but they don't want to listen to leveling it up. Oh, okay. They have a torch or something. Oh, claim's good. Okay, I want to try and find a white source. Okay, so we'll go ahead and consider first here. Look, I'll look 2 cards deeper, seeing as we're permitted to. We go white again. Talent leaves us open some stuff. I don't want to take the land. Don't know. I'm tanking so long considering a bit. Yeah. We share them as low as possible. Present the widest clock. Down to 5. They've got food and stuff, but currently we're cat free. For this brief period in time. We got claim again. Okay, if this is Mayhem Devil, then this is rough. Okay, let's dispute it. Sure. Because if they have Mayhem Devil to then like take this away and then have a bunch of other stuff going on, we'd have been in big trouble. But yeah. Need to be careful of. Okay. We hit. They can sack a treasure. Kind of relying on that being not relying. Yeah, sure. Okay. Again, I don't think it's the best match for the best matchup for Riley the Monastery. Going wide is good, but like there are other elements which it's really poor against. Like the other modes don't do very much. They have really good blockers, and they don't have any creatures powerful or greater. Yiger, when it's in play, we're normally dead. Is how I kind of feel about that. I'm despite my kind of occasional spell pierce before, I'm kind of off of it. Or not off it, less into it. Maybe something like this with the wear test coming in. I think I show them 2 sleight hands. One of these ended up being one of these, but and then also the pyroclasms aren't actually good because the blockers aren't in play generally. I ended up like this before. Having one rally maybe be alright. I'm trying to think if there's any use case. Like Mayhem Devil isn't going to get any big. It just lets just kill them sometimes. Yeah, go on. I think quote unquote correct. Well, I don't know. It's not quote. It's not actually. But yeah. Okay, we found our white source. Yeah. I think it looks like this. Alright. I think we greed a little. We can always just spawn with these. That's one of these things where if we see them play out the if we see them play out the Witch's Oven now, then we try and get this for 3. They're just gonna level it up, which is fine. We want to consider. Okay. This is the turn we want them to run the Fable entire 1 spell pierce. Ooh, Besage you on the field. Okay, we allow this. We get value out of these things now, which is nice. Generally, it's better for us to have the Hierophant in play. Oh, okay. 10 minutes. We can respond to stuff with these. Is that with this is what I'm thinking. Yeah. Do this now. Okay, so we have Narset tucked away. We're still like playing a relatively interactive game, but we're in theory going to be able to go like red spell, blue spell, Narset. It's kind of hope. If they're passing with 6 cards in hand, I don't feel great about the chance of a Narset living though. Okay. This might be a Storm Chaser's talent game. I'm happy to pass back and forth until we have like a aggressive creature to play. But I'm a little worried. Okay, they're going down to just screen mana. Okay, they have cats. We can also choose not to discard a Narset. I think that's also fine. Just get rid of this. Get the Narset into play and have mana up. White. Blue. Red. So here we did drawing 2 cards. I'm not gonna decline this. Our hand's not sick, but it's alright. Ideally we get to like spell pierce, some kind of weird removal spell, and then fire off a couple of burst lightnings at face and draw a pile of cards. But let's see how that goes. It's a very strange game. Let's see if they have removal stuff with us. This is awkward. I'm just gonna play it now. If they have the replicates, well, we get to respond. Oh, they can do it after the Narset trigger resolves. That's true. I will spell this. That'll. Oh, no, it's. Look, wait, no, it won't trigger the Cor-Steel. We'll get there. This turn for sure, though, we will draw off cards off Narset, right? Right? They just all interaction in hand. Okay. That'd be a great time to draw the other Werter. Yeah, if they have a Fatal Push, this is kind of brutal. They do have a Fatal Push. No! This is the one time I want to draw cards. Alright, now we put ourselves in a predicament. We said Iron Baton. Well. Oh, that's a Mayhem Devil. And that's a cat. They can spend some resources here, killing the token. Oh, why? Like, effectively, we wasted a... We only really, like, quote-unquote, wasted a Burst Lightning. But, yeah. This is, game over, man. Like, we could say we're a bit flooded. You still a lot of cardboard. We kill this. It leaves the Fable in play, but the Mayhem Devil represents the most damage. Ooh, that's kind of savage. Sacrifices the life gain. And gets the extra point. But, yeah. Okay, tough. Tough. That's very game. Yeah, the risk of maybe like maybe being the White Cry Wolf. Did we mulligan there again as well? Where am I at here? Things I'm thinking about are more copies of Storm Chaser's Challenge. Again, they're getting to reuse some of the sideboard cards like Wear is like really good. Maybe making this change around. I'm thinking about like another sleight of hand for one more spell pierce, just because how good Fable is, and then all the like a lot of their cards are just super good. A lot of the non-creature spells do matter a lot. Between talent, just kind of getting the whole deck online, Fable, which being able to filter all the dead stuff away, and which is Summon, just meaning that we can't block. Sorry, that they can block forever. I don't want them to block forever. I want to attack the face. Nope. No. Alright. I think I'm happy enough with that. I've not played tons of the matchups, so I'm kind of like feeling it out a little bit. Adjusting between, like we played, I guess this will be the 5th game we played against it. Or 4th, yeah, 4th post-ball game. We did win game 1, so we get to spin the play. We have a pretty aggressive hand with the Wear Tear and the 1 into the Floodmore, so looking pretty positive from the onset, but we'll see how things play out for us. Alright, Swiss bit time. And yeah, that was the one time Narset was in play, it being a bit of a flop. Which, we can talk about later. They had the, yeah, I don't know, maybe the Fatal Push was too readable and I just overextended everything. I want to get this just removed. Yeah. Should have maybe paid white. They level it up. We just still do this. It's one of the situations where it's worth leaving it. I want to find a land here, and so it is worth trying to. Oh, the torch is good too. Land is better. Land is more critical right now. That land of a Cori, being able to go Cori into Tear, this would be great too. Corey in the house. Okay, Harvest is not on the worst by a lot. Helix. We could also bounce this and then end the turn kill it. I'm kind of down for that too. Just like... I literally... Okay. I think okay. I literally was like a bounce and then end the turn kill it and then tapped my red source. Alright, we're gonna double spell here, maximize our damage. I'm kind of pocket. Now I've done this, we can't do this, so we're gonna try and elevate a little and just try and kill them next turn. So if we draw a red land, we can go Cor-Steel, cut a burst lightning on this. Pretty decent. We have the lightning helix. That's the second like critical error. Yeah. Okay, we did hit the land, but I want to do this. Then we have Helix. There's cat into the graveyard. They can gain a 1 off of this. Yeah. Okay, we make it 3. We make it 3. Alright, after losing our first match, we brought it back to a 2 and a 1. Second loss puts us out. Second win puts us deeper into prizes. So it goes scales from 2 to 7. So 1 gets you nothing. And 0 gets you nothing. Although when you enter, you get a card. We're going to mulligan the 5-land hand, and we'll keep this one. Have we are Storm Chaser's talent flooded. And Narset flooded. But maybe those things work out okay together. We'll see. Harvester. Over the trade here. We kind of incentivize a little bit to trade down. Well, not trade down, but like we can start. What's that thing? So we do also want to land. Okay, no. I'm gonna cast the sleight of hand. See some cards. Try and find a removal spell for the blood. Okay. Third land also good. I'll play this. Incentivize to back or whatever. To just block an arrow rather than remove it later. Yeah, third land for Narset, which we're happy about. Okay, and I'll take it. Interesting, interesting. Go out on their terms. Ooh. Aha! Focus on you, I've got 2 Narsets. And they took a Narset and not the Opt. Ominous. Probably means they've got a good spot removal for it. Not about the Harvester, that's sure. Okay, so next turn we know that we have enough mana to Narset plus spell. We can't play this and do stuff. I'm here for this. You finally get to use Draft the Monastery. I'm just going to go ahead and make creatures here. We'll play against the one person playing Massacre. But this presents a potentially very lethal attack. It is good. Shoujo makes the Narset worse, that's for sure. And all our card draw. They're at 9. I think we have to be like, okay, we're gonna take some damage here. I'll go blue if you consider. Not a spot looking at, that's for sure. They take 6, go 3 up to 5. Narset's like the sorry, not Narset. Shoujo's like the perfect card. We cast Narset and don't worry about the trigger. Don't resolve this. We would draw 2, go to 7. They would get to attack. We would then draw, go to 5. Alright, I'm gonna try and get 3. So yeah, they go to 5. Yeah, I don't think we can take this line. Because we take 2, go to 9. And then if we use the thing, we draw 2 cards. That's like the worst possible. Go 7. Okay, I'm not interested in... Well, they've got a Mutavault. 2, 3, 2. A Monastery, Sleight of Hand. So bad. Yeah. Also, I play this and then the next time I immediately play the Eldred. He's a bit of an oopsie. We can't do it anyway. Fine. If we're allowed to go and get end step, I will draw off of this. We'll go to 3. Feel real bad about it. Oh, they have a fatal push anyway. That'd be kind of sick. There we go to the throat. You kind of just. Yeah. Could also not attack with everything. We not be in a horribly dissimilar position. Yeah, let's go. Okay, we finally drew cards off Narset. Unfortunately, it was to get shut down by Sheldred. So we should be set up fairly well. These will be lots of things. You have to expect demons. So we've got like Annex plus Fable to think about. I do kind of like these. Burst Lightning doesn't have like a bazillion targets, but like between Harvester, like back in front of Fables is not like the worst. Alright, I think I'm here. Yeah. It's an interesting one where like Spell Pierce wasn't traditionally good versus Rakdos because they had more creatures, like Graveyard Trespasser and that kind of thing. But because they have Chance Annex and Fable, it's kind of gone back the other way a little bit. So it still kind of depends, but builds could vary. Alright, we'll play. We have one creature, but like we can't really afford to mulligan hunt. Oh yeah. I forgot about the 10-minute thing. Alright, we got a cutter. Yeah, I'm down for it to be a Stone Rain. Just thought about Spell Pierce being good as well. I think we can bank our entire game. Oh, doing a braid? That'd be kind of savage. Okay, I'm gonna keep this opt because we've got the Cor-Steel card in play. They're looking at this a lot. If they have a removal spell for the cutter, I can't do that and then animate the mutable. What are we talking about? Being scared into nothing. Okay. It's the reason not to commit to the Fable, but if they didn't have the Fable here, and they instead had, like, literally anything, well, if they had, like, nothing, we'd have been in, like, horrendous trouble. The biggest concern is if they sequence this into... Ooh. That's good. But... yeah. I'm kind of like, what if they have Sheldred? It's like, this thing that we're doing is powerful. It is. As long as it's a bigger fish. The thing is that the cool thing about playing this deck is that like any cantrip off the top of your deck is like, once you're in this position, you're like, oh, awesome. Brilliant. But, yeah. Okay, no 4. We're certainly in a position. Oh, do they have a fail push? That's crazy. He would double equip Cor-Steel Cutters. Yeah. They are flipping this. It takes it to like a relevant amount of damage. But like double spell or cantrip into other spell represents so much damage here. Alright, new Fable. Let's toast this. Yeah, so I can throw like move on the way here, but I'm gonna have to fresh some cards up next turn. I will play this stats. I'll quit one of these cross. Save us some potential mana. Alright, so again, Fable game. They only just got 1 card, so they must have something good to do. We've still not seen like a Shell Dread. They're on 5. Okay. Torch. We're back at that point again. We're like, hey, yeah, any cantrip represents like a pretty devastating attack. I'll tell you what doesn't. There's more lands. Okay, so they have this in play. They're really close to actually playing this now because of the treasure here. They're going to get to filter some more cards away, and then if they untap next turn... Oh gosh. Okay. Sure. And we're going to take some damage. Here for that. We could double equip a Narset and force a block. The thing is, if we are 4/6, we go to 8. I'm then taking 2 off the card I'm drawing this turn. And then next turn. It's a trade charge off the board. They had the fatal push. No. Okay. Valid. Alright, but both times I've been like, okay, we got this Narset's gonna do something. Like, it's dead. Yeah. We are losing some life. This is the like, oh yeah, if we go, right, yeah. I'm like, oh, sick, we chain cantrips. Like, oh wait, no, there's a Shell Dread in play. We're at 2. If we make Monks and Monks can trample, if this could target the creatures that we're about to bring into play off of these, then this +2/+2 mode is lethal. Unfortunately, that's not how this works. So yeah, we're still dead. Alright. GG's. That's us dead in the tournament, unfortunately. We're just a 2-2 overall. That is some tough going, but magic could be magic. Yeah, this set of games against Rakdos there, I think we're not too bad. The two games we won were versus Sacrifice as well. I was talking about how that matchup is worse without having access to like a monstrous rage to kind of push damage through Cauldron Familiar, like stalling. Because that happens. All that needs to happen is that happens for a couple of turns, and then they just combo you with Yigra out of nowhere. But yeah, it does go up to like a bunch of races, but we get our 2 packs, which is. Okay. I had a run with Is It that I kind of fired off for fun while watching some YouTube stuff that I got to 4 with. I was like, ooh, I'm at like 2 wins already. I can't like fire up the camera now. But yeah, what do we win? So I think this dragon boosters from the battle pass. Ignore that. Ravnica Allegiance is probably gems. Yep. Downside to having them be like quote unquote pioneer boosters is that, hey look, here are some cards for sets I completed. Oh, maybe not. Definitely Clarion. But yeah. Alright, let's do a quick wrap up. Might as well I'll just navigate here rather than skip around in the video. See if it doesn't take forever. I'll load in. Yeah, there we go. I am pretty happy with this list overall. There's playing Jeskai, there are like infinite tweaks you can make, I should say, as well. One recommendation straight off the bat is that I would go down to 2 Narsets. It's a bit clunky at 3. I wanted to play 3 for the video just so we see it more often. It didn't work out. We didn't really get to use it to its full potential. We're playing it alongside Rally the Monastery. Monastery is like a pretty cool card. It has a bunch of like versatility in it. We got to use we used the monk mode a decent amount. We would have used the destroy power crawl creature mode. to kill like Shoulder and some other things. It can be really good in some matchups. We didn't really use the like 2 target creatures you control get +2/+2 mode, but that can just like kill people out of nowhere, which is really cool. I think if you wanted to play like Boros, that's also another way you can go with this. I've been playing Mono Red Prowess in Modern for a little bit this week, or in the last couple of weeks. Played it on RCQ and a couple of other like local tournaments. This, however, being the other white spell we play along Narset, is awkward because it doesn't play that well with Narset. Narset being 3 mana, wanting you to have basically as cheap spells as possible so you can cast a bunch of them and draw cards. Playing a 4 mana spell that goes down to a 2, but it still requires you to spend a lot of mana to invest here, is a bit tricky, even though this is like reasonably versatile and has like reasonably good modes. So that's one thing to think about. The Lightning Helixes I was super happy with. I'd maybe play more of these if I was to play this more often. Again, we want to maximize 1 mana spells for Narset, but those are things there. And sideboarding, I was talking about Get Lost. The way it says are good. Obviously the plan, like this is a very loose plan and not super concrete. But hey, yeah, I'm thinking actually versus the red decks, you don't actually want the Pyroclasms. The cool thing here is that you're like, oh, I'm gonna like Soulscar Mage on like turn 1 on the draw, and then they're gonna play a second creature. I'm gonna get to 2 for 1 them with Pyroclasm. That doesn't happen that often. It means you have to like trim a little bit on Storm Chaser's talent or like sequence awkwardly, which is one thing to think about. And maybe take these out and have more match cards for other matchups. But overall, I think the deck is pretty solid. I was going to say super solid. It's definitely good. I wouldn't say it's for sure better than Is It or Mono Red or Red Black. Like the Claim Fame versions with Slickshot Show Off are really good, I think. And you can play Red Blue with Slickshot or Red Blue with Bedlam Reveler. I've got a video up with that. I love Bedlam Reveler. It's one of my favorite cards. And you can like, it's a weird one where you fill it up, your graveyard up faster in Pioneer than you do in Modern, because in Modern you're playing like a bunch of like artifacts and like other random types. You're like, oh yeah, there's not actually that many into the sorceries. You're often casting it for 4 mana, which is bad in Modern, but in Pioneer is totally reasonable. I'm like, oh yeah, I get a 3/4 and draw 3 cards. This is fair. Whereas in Modern, you're like, no, that's not good enough. This stop. So hey, check the Blue Red. Check out the Is It Prowess build if you've not seen that already. But I do think that this Jeskai build has wheels. I would just maybe cut the Monasteries, even though they're super sweet. Play more Helixes. And the Mana Beast needs a little bit of tweaking and testing around with, but I've not had a chance to play enough games to really work out how I want to yet. Yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share the video around to anyone you think might be interested, and let me know if you've got any ideas for the deck in the comments as well as what you want to see next. I did mention at the start of the video a little bit, but you can support the channel by becoming a member. It is £1 or $1 or whatever your equivalent is. It gets you some emotes and like a cool icon, which is like a bow, and in theory early access to videos. Normally that's like 1 to 2 days, sometimes it's 3 to 4. It varies a little bit, so keep that in mind. But hey, yeah, if you want to support the channel, it's like $1 or something like that, and you get some minimal benefit. But hey, all right, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.